You do that. That's
I'll,
a minor thing.
yeah, I'll follow you, man.
This is like one of the tunes I'm working on for the record. So it'll be good for me to fuck around with some of that stuff tonight.
All right. Dude, it's awesome.
Oh my god.
Dude.
I'm still getting used to it too. It's like totally foreign. You know what I mean? Like I can't do things I normally can do, so I have to totally think about. Oh shit! Yeah, this note is a half step down.
All right.
This one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Michael here again from GuitarGate.com, and I have my good friend with me, Mark Hopkins, and you are playing in open C.
Open C. Totally open.
Yeah. And we're gonna get to this new guitar because I know you haven't played this.
Right.
And you're a Strat guy.
I am.
And I'm not a Strat guy, and you're a good guitar player, so I want to know your opinion of it. But let's start with the open C, man.
Okay.
So what's the deal? What got you doing it? And how is it actually tuned? And just tell me about it.
So yeah, so let's start there. So it's basically, it's the same thing as like what Derek Trucks does with open E, but it's open C.
Okay.
So basically it's 1 5 1 3 5 1.
Okay.
So it's C G C E, G, C. And what a lot of this stems from in my interest in doing this is I did do open E for a while, like 2011-ish. I bought an SG, just like a regular.
Did the trucks thing?
Yeah, well, I wanted to like have a guitar that I could get a lot of fret access, and that's what the SG does really well. But I also wanted to like see, like tickle my fancy to see if is this something that I really want to do? Like, do I really want to invest a lot of time in this? And I did it for like a while. Like, I totally got into it and was learning it, and like, you know, was playing gigs and taking that guitar to play on a couple tunes.
Yeah. But
for some reason, it didn't stick. I don't know what happened. Like, it just wasn't. It wasn't jumping out at me saying, "Hey, play me more. Play this tuning." So I got away from that, and then I heard the Brothers Landreth a couple summers ago, and I was just like, that album, like Let It Lie, is like, if I could only take 3 records on an island, that would be one of the records.
Really?
3 records. I would take that record.
Really?
And
you got to tell me what the other 2 are, man.
Well, I probably would take Pearl Jam's Yield.
Really?
And I probably would take. I'd probably take the White Album.
Yeah.
Just because there's more Beatles. There's more like songs on that.
Yeah.
Album.
Gotcha.
But you know, man, that record, like, there's a couple records that are pivotal in my life that changed my world, musically speaking. Johnny Lang's Turnaround. D'Angelo's Voodoo. Let It Lie. And I don't know what it was about it, man. Like, as a songwriter, I mean, from front to back, that whole record is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Not only sonically, but I mean the music, the way that it's written, like thought out, the harmonies, all that stuff is just like, to me, like the thing that I was
need to listen to it some more, man.
Man, it is so good. I mean, there's so many, we could talk about
yeah.
albums forever, but like, I'm a huge consumer of music, and like when I heard that, man, my daughter now, like when I'll walk in the bathroom when she's in like in the tub, and she'll be singing a Brothers Landreth tune. Because she's in the car.
How cool is that? That's parenting done right.
I know, right? And like, so I'll be walking by, like putting something away in the linen closet, and I'll hear her singing, and I'll open the door, like, "Were you just singing?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What were we singing?" And she was like, "It's that Brothers Landreth tune." But so like I got really into that, and I found out he was playing in Open C, and I actually take lessons with Joey now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So like I hit him up via Facebook, and I was just like, "Hey, do you teach
Skype stuff?"
Yeah. So I hit him up and I was like, "Do you teach?" And he was like, "Nah." And I was like, "I'm not a super fan. I just came across your music. I went to Berkeley. I'm not like a moron super fan boy that just wants to hang out with you. I really want to learn what you're doing with Open C."
Yeah.
So we had a lesson, and our first lesson was funny because I could tell he was like feeling me out.
Yeah.
An hour and a half goes by.
Yeah.
And we're both like talking about because we have similar interests in music. We're talking about Mike Landau, we're talking about Jimmy Herring, we're talking about Derek, we're talking about all this music that we like grew up listening to because we're close in age. And we just hit it off, and we've been studying together. I mean, like, I have his cell phone now. Like, I was talking to him today about pedals and stuff.
Where's he located?
He's in Winnipeg now. He was in Toronto, and he's moving back to Winnipeg. But so I was like talking to him about open tunings, mentioned the Derek thing, and he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What's the deal with Open C?" So here's the deal: 19, 22.
I was gonna say it looks huge.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 19, 22, 26. Oh my God, is it 38? Or no, 40, 42, 50 something, and 68.
Dude, that is. Oh my God! I don't even know what
doing
this.
Full step bend.
No,
that takes a minute to get your fingers used to that with a 19.
Dude, that looked big. I had no. Did you say 68 on the bottom?
68, yeah.
Dude, I've never even felt anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
But you know what?
Piano wire.
It sounds that big.
It does.
And it sounds that strong and metallic too.
It does, and like, and if you know, you can make it sound sweet. But, you know, man, it's got this beefy thing to it. And I think that's when I heard that record, I was like, man, it's like chewy. It's like I can taste it, taste the music, you know? So, like, when I talked to him about it, he was like, try it out, man. So I have an old Strat that Phil Jacoby set up in Open C. He was like, you're out of your mind. You're going to get
I can't believe
arthritis.
I'm doing this.
Yeah. He was like, you're going to kill your wrist and all this stuff. But that guitar wasn't handling
Do you
it.
feel it?
No, not anymore. In the
Really?
beginning, I did.
You did?
Because I've worked really hard at learning this neck and like figuring it out and like working on okay where because when you play a pentatonic scale now, like here I'm in F, so it's not like this anymore.
Yeah.
It's like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's totally different. So you have to think about, and you can't. That's a nice.
So the way it's tuned, what do your chord shapes look like? Are you just bar is a major chord, and then you
Yeah, and then
flat,
this is minor.
there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, you can also, as far as like I play here. So here's C, right?
Yep.
Here's C. Here's C. Here's C. Here's C. Here's C. So I had to learn all these shapes.
I was gonna say, doesn't learning those triad inversions, didn't it screw with you? Like already knowing them in the
100% screwed with me. Yeah.
like big time.
Yeah, and like just playing simple stuff like playing dominant 7 chords, I almost have to think of it like half diminished, because it's like it's not like what you would think. You know what I mean? Like there's a dominant chord and like here's some other there's a bunch of different stuff you can do. That it's kind of nice because it kind of lends itself to piano voicings.
Interesting.
Which is nice. Like it has almost like a piano-esque nature about it, which appeals to me because I play piano too, and I love like Bruce Hornsby's one of my favorite players, and like the way he voices chords and stuff is just so beautiful. So that's what drew. I mean, I could talk about this all night, but that's what drew me to Open C, and I've been working on it really hard for I don't know since the last time I was here.
Yeah, so good 6-8 months or so. Was it longer than that?
Yeah, probably like around. I mean, I think I threw these strings on a Strat in July.
Yeah.
So almost a year.
Yeah.
I've been messing with it.
And so, what is that over your nut there?
It's a capo.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was supposed to like keep it down because the strings are so big. It just like pops
No,
off or something.
no, it's just a capo that I use for specific tunings and whatnot.
Well, give me something else in Open C. Something else you've been working on, even if it's just you, just so I can. I'm so curious.
So. There's just like,
dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little out of tune, but that's like one of my new tunes that I'm working on. So my plan is to write.
Keep going, you're good.
My plan is to write the next record, which we're gonna go in the studio in this summer.
Mm-hmm.
But I want 90% of it to be written on this guitar. So I have 6 songs right now.
Now, have you found it? No, I'm. Now, so how much of this stuff have you actually put together with the band, and have you found it kind of harder to figure out, how to mesh with the bass with a different sound like this?
No, surprisingly, it's been actually pretty cool. Like, because there's a lot of stuff. Like when I'm playing, this is like one of my new tunes. This is a song that's actually complete. But if I'm playing this and Tyler's playing, I usually don't play that low string. I stay away from this string most of the time. So I'm just playing the upper voice.
So you're staying out of his zone.
Yeah. Usually that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And he's just playing the low end. But no, it hasn't sonically. It's not been an issue. Like we haven't gotten in each other's way, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it because this is kind of a different timbre. It's not like that one. I don't want to say it's harsh, but it has like a punch you in the throat.
Yeah.
Type of thing, you know what I mean? Where his is like more, he's got that deep low end thing happening. I don't know, man. It just works. I have no clue. It just sounds good. I love the way it sounds. I love playing it. It's so fun to play, man.
Yeah.
It's so
you ever
fun.
do slide stuff with it?
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
You got one?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
So my slide playing has improved a little bit, but man, it's the thing about playing slide is the intonation stuff.
Yeah.
And you really, you've got to be able to like hear those notes, and you've got to be able to. I mean, that vibrato thing. You've got to be able to hear that stuff and internalize it before you can actually put it together, because A lot of time, what people have problem with slide, when you're talking about vibrato, is they get too too shaky with it, and they're not patient enough, and that's how a lot of people start out. I mean, when you have to let that note blossom and bloom first.
Yeah.
And then it's like a singer. If you're like you have to let that note come out and then bloom
and then
use the vibrato. It's the same thing with this stuff. I mean, you have to like.
That's good advice, man.
It. Yeah, I mean, you can't rush a vibrato. There's a lot of different types of vibrato too. There's a vibrato that's coming from above. There's a vibrato that's coming from below. And there's a vibrato that's just like that, kind of like Elmore James, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways, and that's like your fingerprint.
Yeah.
You know, as a slide player, honestly, like the vibrato is your fingerprint. So
even we're non-slide players, man.
Oh yeah, like Jeff Tweedy.
Yeah.
That dude, like, I know when Jeff is soloing and when Nels is soloing.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of their, like, that little thing that Jeff does. It's like, it sounds like me in middle school. That's always the way I describe it. You know what I mean? And Jeff's a great player. Like, I'm not putting him down, but man, like, he's got that, like, you know, angsty, like.
Shaking the shit out of it. Just,
You know? But, I mean, man, I love using this. It's hard to because brass is really noisy.
Yeah.
So, like, if I want to use... You can hear that shaking, you know what I mean? You can hear that brass on there. Like a glass.
I like it, though.
I know, yeah, it's dirty. The glass thing does tend, and I know there's, like, a huge thing out on the internet, like, what's warmer, what's more hollow, but like there's a noticeable difference if you go from glass to brass. A lot of the times, if I'm recording, I will use glass, just because it does have a warmer texture to it.
Yeah.
But this thing, and these slides are great. This is rock slide. So there's like a indentation.
Oh yeah, look at that.
You know, for your pinky. So, or for your third finger, because I use it on my pinky. So I have these fingers to, you know, but
it's such a nasty sound.
Yeah, it is. I love it, man. It's so much fun, and I'm still learning. I'm not gonna claim to be a great slide player, but it's pushing me, man.
Well, dude, I'm excited to hear this new record. When it comes out, you got to come back on here and promote it and play some tracks.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's a cool sound.
Yeah.
I still can't believe there's a freaking 68 gauge.
Yeah.
There,
well, dude.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it's beefy, man. That's for sure. It's my time. Sometimes I'll be sitting on my couch and make myself laugh out. You know?
Yes. Spoon man.
And I was like, man.
Was that in C?
No, it was in D. I was like, I might be able to sing that if I put it in C.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, this is perfect. So, yeah, man, it's so much fun, dude. This guitar, and as far as like stability, that's what I was gonna say. Is there's my Strat is a 97 or something like that.
Right.
And when Phil turned it into the open C thing, the neck was starting to move a bit. So like, he was like, man, this neck is not the greatest. Honestly, like, you might want to think about buying a new neck, like a USA custom neck, and putting it on this. And I was like, man, I love Suhr guitars so much. And he was like, if you get another one of those, that'll handle it no problem. So it took me a while, but I got this one, and man.
So obviously, I mean, there's tons of force on the bridge, like with those gauge strings. So you have like 5 springs on the back, like just buckle down as hard as it will go.
Remember though, I'm tuned really low. So that's
true,
making up for the tension a little bit. So it's not as bad. But I will say, it makes a difference the way that it's set up too, because of the way I play slide.
Okay.
Because I play slide in standard too. And I had 10s on my guitar, and then Phil was like, because I had both my guitars and I brought both tonight, but I was playing slide when he set that up, and he was like, you might want to put 11s on that, man. The way that you play slide, it's like, it's almost like you're going to hear a difference in the way that the notes are coming out of your instrument.
Yeah. And
so I bumped all my Strat, my Tele, everything bumped up to 11s now. So, because when you play these, man, playing 11s is not a big deal at all.
Yeah.
Like-
Because what's that, an 18?
19.
A 19?
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, dude.